Master Shurikenjutsu Sarada Uchiha's proficiency in Shurikenjutsu is officially recognized at Jonin level by the age of 12. Her skill in throwing weapons surpasses the norm for Genin and even chunin-level shinobi, placing her among the most elite young ninjas in Konoha. Her accuracy is refined to the point where she can hit multiple targets at once, including moving ones, with minimal effort. Precision, timing, and angle calculation are evident in the way she launches shuriken, often combining her strikes with hand seals and coordinated team attacks. This mirrors the precision of Sasuke during his childhood, particularly in his academy training. But Sarada's consistency and speed are reported to exceed what Sasuke demonstrated at the same age. Elite Genin Sarada was labeled by Mitsuki as an elite Genin by birth, a phrase rooted in more than family pride. She is the child of two legendary shinobi, Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno. From Sasuke, she inherits genetic access to the Sharingan and battle instincts refined by decades of survival and war. From Sakura, she gains extreme physical strength and chakra control. This dual inheritance creates a unique blend of speed, power, and perception that makes Sarada genetically and strategically built for high-level combat. Unlike many prodigies who excel in one category, Sarada's abilities are balanced. Her taijutsu is reinforced by precise chakra flow. Her ninjutsu is supported by analytical skills gained from study and field experience. Her Sharingan allows her to read opponents and counter techniques. This combination gives her an advantage in both solo missions and squad operations. While many Uchiha are praised for their visual prowess alone, Sarada's real potential lies in how she merges that with stamina and technique from the medical and tactical lineage of Sakura. Before we move forward, I just want to say thank you to everyone watching. Your support means everything, and we're heading to 25,000 subscribers. If you're enjoying this deep dive into Naruto, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share this video. Every little bit helps bring more Naruto fans into our community. Now, Sharingan Awakening. Sarada awakened the Sharingan at the age of 11, a milestone for any Uchiha. This early activation gave her access to visual enhancements, including heightened perception, predictive tracking, and Genjutsu resistance. In combat, her Sharingan allows her to detect subtle muscle movements, giving her the ability to anticipate strikes before they are fully executed. This reflexive advantage shortens her reaction time, allowing her to dodge or intercept attacks that would normally land on less experienced shinobi. The circumstances surrounding her awakening are tied to emotional tension during her search for truth about her parents and identity. While not the most traumatic trigger, it was sufficient to stimulate the flow of chakra to the optic nerves required to awaken the dojutsu. Since then, she has used it repeatedly in combat, showing steady growth in its effectiveness. Mangekyo Sharingan Awakening. Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan represents a turning point in Uchiha history. Traditionally, this evolution has been triggered by deep emotional trauma, loss, betrayal, or guilt. Madara, Itachi, Sasuke, and Shisui all awakened their Mangekyo after witnessing or causing death among loved ones. In contrast, Sarada's transformation occurs in Chapter 80 of the Boruto manga under unique emotional pressure, a perceived loss of Naruto and the social execution of Boruto. Rather than awakening through pain caused by personal tragedy, Sarada's Mangekyo emerges from the overwhelming need to protect and believe in others. She resists the manipulated reality presented by Ada and chooses to defy the collective narrative, choosing trust in Boruto over social conformity. Ohirume Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan unlocks a unique ability called Ohirume, first revealed in her battle against Ryu. The technique allows her to summon 4 black gravitational orbs that float in the air and generate localized gravity fields. These orbs attract targets selected by Sarada while excluding her allies. Unlike area of effect jutsu that affect every object within range, Ohirume can isolate its effect to a precise focal point. This selective targeting is a major tactical upgrade over traditional wide-scale techniques. Each orb can be moved independently, either pulled into motion by Sarada's chakra or repositioned mid-combat. When combined, the four orbs form a zone of control that can immobilize multiple opponents or redirect attacks with minimal effort. Unlike Kamui, which removes targets from space entirely, Ohirume manipulates physical space within the battlefield, allowing for dynamic engagement rather than escape or erasure. She can also use the technique to reposition enemies. By changing the gravitational center, she forces enemies to move along specific paths or pulls them away from allies. This spatial manipulation allows Sarada to manage distance and battlefield zones effectively. In some cases, it functions like a trap, luring enemies into the orb's field before crushing them with increasing gravitational force. A particularly advanced application allows Sarada to simulate flight. By shifting her own position in relation to the orbs, she achieves short bursts of aerial movement. This method mimics six-path style levitation and grants her vertical mobility not commonly seen in non-Otsutsuki shinobi. Compared to Pain's Shinra Tensei, which repels in bursts, Ohirume offers continuous control over attraction and positioning. Its multi-purpose design enhances Sarada's adaptability and gives her a combat style defined by manipulation rather than brute force. Mastery of Genjutsu. At age 12, Sarada has already demonstrated more practical use of Sharingan-based Genjutsu than Sasuke did by the time he was 16. In Part 1 of Naruto, Sasuke's use of Genjutsu was minimal and largely limited to paralyzing effects. Most of his early fights relied on speed, taijutsu, and ninjutsu. It wasn't until his encounter with Orochimaru and later Deidara that he began using Sharingan Genjutsu with more consistency. Sarada, in contrast, actively integrates Genjutsu into her standard combat sequences. She uses it not only to disrupt enemy perception, but also to deliver preemptive strikes or force decisions under mental stress. Her Sharingan grants her hypnotic influence over targets, a function often overlooked among younger Uchiha. She applies it in both direct visual contact and reflected scenarios, which increases her versatility in unpredictable situations. Mastery of three chakra natures. By the age of 12, Sarada has already mastered fire, lightning, and wind release. This level of chakra nature diversification is rare even among Jonin. For comparison, Sasuke only began to access multiple chakra transformations after gaining the Rinnegan, which granted him shortcuts to all elemental styles. Before that, his primary affinity was lightning, followed later by fire, both of which took years of training to balance. Sarada's mastery of three chakra natures is not inherited. The Sharingan does not grant elemental manipulation. Instead, this is the result of independent chakra control, academic diligence, and combat experience. During the fight against Tsukio of the Mujina bandits, Sarada used wind release in combination with Mitsuki to create coordinated elemental attacks. This scene confirms her ability to shape and apply elemental chakra under pressure. Itachi, a benchmark for genius, mastered three natures, fire, water, and wind, over the course of many years. Sarada reaching the same count as a Genin indicates a learning curve accelerated by both natural aptitude and a comprehensive training regime. The ability to wield three elements gives her adaptability in various terrains and opponents, expanding her effectiveness beyond typical Uchiha fire-centric techniques. This elemental balance is another sign that Sarada's path is built not only on bloodline, but on discipline and innovation. Physical strength. Sarada's physical power traces directly to her mother, Sakura Haruno. Known for her monstrous strength enhanced by precise chakra control, Sakura set a standard for taijutsu-based offense. Sarada inherits this trait and applies it with additional enhancements from her Uchiha lineage. Her fighting style blends physical aggression with elemental finesse. A strike empowered by chakra flow, followed by a burst of lightning or fire, enables her to overwhelm opponents through multi-layered attacks. This synergy is not common among her peers. Most genin are forced to choose between taijutsu and ninjutsu due to stamina and skill constraints. Sarada bypasses that trade-off, restarting a heart. Despite limited medical ninjutsu experience, Sarada once restarted a failing cardiovascular system using only her chakra. This incident occurs in one of the Boruto light novels, during a moment of crisis. Although the act might be attributed to luck or desperation, it exposes a hidden capacity for chakra precision under extreme pressure. The technique was not taught or rehearsed, which separates it from the medical feats performed by her mother. Still, the fact that Sarada managed to stabilize a critical condition without prior mastery of the necessary techniques reflects a latent aptitude in life-supportive chakra control. In emergency field situations, this kind of instinctive healing can bridge the gap between combat effectiveness and survival. Character design with glasses. Sarada's visual design has evolved through multiple stages, guided by Masashi Kishimoto and later Mikio Ikemoto. In her earliest draft, Sarada closely resembled Sasuke, sharp eyes, serious demeanor, and angular features. Kishimoto later decided to add glasses to soften her appearance and balance out her strong Uchiha traits. According to Naruto Chapter 700 and creator commentary, the glasses were included to make her look more feminine and approachable. Kishimoto's initial outfit design for Sarada included a preppy school-style uniform consisting of a sweater and skirt. This was later replaced in Naruto Gaiden with a red zip-up top, short pants, and protective sleeves, reflecting her combat role. When Boruto began, Ikemoto explored new variations. These included a red and black jacket with a wide white belt, a short red dress with a green scarf, and eventually the final design featuring a yellow scarf, red skirt, and white wrappings. The current manga version sparked debate among Western fans, some of whom found the design too stylized or impractical. In interviews, Ikemoto acknowledged the criticism, explaining that he experimented with many versions before settling on the final look. Meanwhile, the anime adaptation used Kishimoto's red top design, creating a visual divide between media formats. The contrasting styles illustrate how character design reflects not only narrative goals, but also audience expectations across cultures. Interest in history and mystery. Sarada's hobbies offer insight into her mindset as a shinobi in training. She enjoys reading history and mystery novels, with a specific focus on Leaf Village history. This choice of literature reflects her analytical nature and long-term vision. As someone aspiring to become Hokage, Sarada treats leadership not just as a role, but as a responsibility grounded in knowledge and context. Her interest in history connects with themes of legacy, especially within the Uchiha clan. By studying past events, Sarada prepares herself to avoid repeating the same mistakes made by previous generations. Her preference for mystery also speaks to her curiosity and problem-solving approach, which has appeared multiple times in missions requiring deduction and emotional control. Loves black tea, hates tomatoes. Sarada's taste preferences contrast sharply with those of her father. While Sasuke is known to enjoy tomatoes, Sarada dislikes them entirely. Her favorite flavors come from black tea-based beverages, often associated with calm focus and maturity. This difference in taste highlights a subtle divide in personality between the two. Sasuke's tastes reflect his solitary nature and practicality, while Sarada's lean toward balance and refinement. Cooking tomato for Sasuke. In Sasuke Retsuden, Sarada prepares meals that include tomatoes despite her aversion to them. This moment reflects a deliberate effort to connect with her father through small acts of care. The act of cooking something she dislikes shows a willingness to put family above personal comfort. It also contrasts the emotionally distant image often associated with the Uchiha lineage. Watching Boruto in Naruto. Chapter 700, Sarada is shown following Boruto discreetly, observing his behavior from afar. The scene mirrors Hinata's early interactions with Naruto, where she quietly watched him and learned from his actions. Sarada's behavior isn't framed as romantic. Instead, it appears rooted in curiosity and a desire for comparison. She critiques Boruto's impulsiveness, but smiles when recognizing traits in him that reflect her own. This moment was never animated, which limits its recognition among fans. Still, it offers insight into Sarada's internal processing. Questioned her feelings. In the Boruto Academy light novel, Chocho confronts Sarada about her behavior around Boruto. She notes subtle changes, facial expressions, tone, and reactions that imply Sarada has feelings she hasn't fully acknowledged. Sarada's blush when Boruto appears upset suggests emotional vulnerability, especially in contrast to her usual composed demeanor. It exists as a piece of character building that adds layers to Sarada's social identity. While her main goal remains becoming Hokage, her interactions with Boruto introduce a secondary narrative involving emotional complexity. Rivalry with Boruto. In the original Boruto movie novelization written by Ukyo Kodachi and supervised by Masashi Kishimoto, Sarada and Boruto were conceptualized as rivals rather than romantic interests. This dynamic was built on the idea that competition between them would sharpen their growth, especially as they both carried personal goals and expectations tied to legacy. During the chunin exams, Boruto begins to see Sarada as a benchmark. Her determination to become Hokage and her technical skill pressure him to elevate his own performance. Several episodes from the Academy arc support this interpretation. Sarada frequently challenges Boruto's decisions and questions his motives. Their interactions revolve around responsibility, discipline, and progress, rather than emotional dependency. While Boruto's view of Sarada shifts with time, the rivalry remains central to their relationship structure. Cultural origins. The name Sarada has multiple cultural and linguistic roots. One prominent origin is the Portuguese word salada, which was adapted phonetically into Japanese. More significantly, the name is linked to the Hindu goddess Saraswati, a symbol of knowledge, learning, and wisdom. This association places Sarada in a thematic position aligned with leadership and intellect. Another cultural reference comes from Sarada Devi, the spiritual partner of Ramakrishna, revered as the Holy Mother. Her title suggests nurturing strength and divine guidance, characteristics that align with Sarada Uchiha's path toward becoming Hokage. These references give her name symbolic weight beyond conventional naming practices in the Naruto universe. By embedding layers of meaning into her name, Kishimoto subtly frames Sarada as a figure of spiritual and intellectual authority. It elevates her role from a supporting member of Team 7 to a future leader molded by destiny, tradition, and deliberate authorship. The name's significance extends to the honorific potential of Lady Sarada, implying not just respect, but national significance in the shinobi world. 5th Uchiha Hokage. Sarada is the 4th known Uchiha to pursue the dream of becoming Hokage. Before her, Madara Uchiha was nominated by Hashirama Senju to become the first Hokage, though he ultimately rejected the position. Shisui Uchiha, according to the Itachi Shinden novels, held the dream of leading Konoha from the shadows, believing that peace could be achieved through self-sacrifice. Itachi himself shared a similar vision, hoping that his actions might eventually allow for a peaceful future where the Uchiha clan could be trusted again. Obito during the 4th Great Ninja War, showing himself wanting to be a Hokage as a kid also. Unlike these predecessors, Sarada's ambition is free from secrecy or cynicism. Her motivation comes from observation, education, and a genuine desire to serve the village. She doesn't carry the burden of clan restoration or revenge. Her vision of the Hokage is shaped by Naruto's legacy, one that values compassion, inclusion, and resilience. In contrast to Sasuke's distorted interpretation of the Hokage role during the 4th Great Ninja War, Sarada represents a more stable successor. Her background, training, and emotional development offer a realistic chance of achieving what previous Uchiha failed to secure. By positioning herself at the intersection of Uchiha heritage and Konoha leadership, Sarada becomes a unique candidate who may finally reconcile the two legacies. English voice actress Sarada's English voice is provided by Charami Lee, an actress known for voicing a diverse range of characters in anime. In the Naruto franchise, she also voiced Kushina Uzumaki and Anko Midarashi. Outside of Naruto, she is recognized for her role as Chi-Chi in Dragon Ball Z. This portfolio creates an indirect connection between Sarada and several high-impact female figures across anime. Each of these characters embodies strength, loyalty, and emotional depth. Kushina's legacy as Naruto's mother Anko's unpredictable intensity, and Chi-Chi's balance of maternal strength and discipline mirror various aspects of Sarada's own character arc. Through voice, these traits echo across franchises and subtly influence how viewers perceive Sarada's tone and delivery. Sarada's Japanese voice actress, Kokoro Kikuchi, also voiced Boruto in Naruto: The Last. This follows a common tradition in Japanese voice acting, where female actors often portray young male characters. The choice stems from vocal range stability and the ability to convey youth and emotional complexity through a lighter, higher-pitched tone. By voicing both Sarada and Boruto at different stages, Kikuchi bridges two key figures in the next generation of ninjas. Her performance brings cohesion to the narrative, especially during scenes where Sarada and Boruto interact. It also reflects the care with which casting is handled in Japanese animation, where vocal identity becomes an essential part of character development. Early reveal Mangekyo Sharingan. Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan design was publicly visible long before it debuted in the Boruto manga. In a promotional artwork featuring Team 7, Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki, Masashi Kishimoto included Sarada with her future Mangekyo pattern. This image was released 7 years prior to the actual reveal in the manga, signaling an unusual level of long-term planning for her character development. The artwork positioned Sarada alongside Mitsuki's Sage Mode and Boruto's Karma Mark, implying that Kishimoto had mapped out each character's evolution early in the Boruto era. The presence of the Mangekyo specifically demonstrates Kishimoto's confidence in Sarada's role and narrative direction. 8 Naruto games. Despite being a relatively new addition to the Naruto universe, Sarada has already appeared in 8 video games. Her debut came in Naruto Shinobi Collection, a mobile-exclusive RPG released in Japan. From there, she expanded into console titles like Ultimate Ninja Storm, 4 Road, 2 Boruto, and Shinobi Striker. Her consistent inclusion in these games signals strong fan reception and developer investment. Game developers often select characters based on popularity, versatility, and narrative importance. Sarada's presence across multiple formats suggests that she resonates with players and maintains a strong following. Her diverse movesets, blending Sharingan abilities, elemental ninjutsu, and physical strikes, make her a flexible fighter for both casual and competitive play. Birthday on March 31st. Sarada's birthday is listed as March 31st, placing her under the zodiac sign Aries. While this detail may seem trivial, it aligns with several of her personality traits. Aries individuals are typically known for assertiveness, leadership, and a desire for independence, traits that Sarada consistently displays in both battle and personal development. Three-Tomoe Sharingan Awakening. Sarada's full Sharingan evolution to Three-Tomoe did not first occur in the manga or anime, but in the light novel Sasuke Shinden, the teacher's star pupil. During a training mission with her father, Sarada learns to detect chakra bombs hidden on a ship using her Sharingan. The intensity of the mission, combined with her desire to prove herself to Sasuke, leads to the awakening of the third Toma. This training sequence reveals both emotional and technical dimensions of Sarada's growth. Her response to pressure, combined with her excitement about being trained directly by Sasuke, plays a key role in unlocking her full Sharingan potential. The novel frames the event as a personal triumph rather than a reaction to trauma, contrasting sharply with most previous Uchiha awakenings. Anime Sharingan inaccuracy. In the Boruto anime, Sarada is shown using a 2-Tomoe Sharingan during her fight with Deepa. However, in the manga, she clearly displays a fully evolved 3-Tomoe Sharingan during the battle against Boro. This inconsistency sparked confusion among fans, leading to discussions about continuity between the two versions of the story. The anime production team later acknowledged the error, stating that they were aware of the oversight, but had not corrected it before the end of Boruto Part 1. While minor in animation terms, this discrepancy has narrative implications. The evolution of the Sharingan is a central milestone in any Uchiha's growth, and the incorrect representation dilutes the impact of that progression. Thanks for watching till the end. See ya.